This is New York firefighter Raphael Porriette for Firehouse Subs. Every day, a part of every sub you buy at Firehouse Subs helps provide life-saving equipment for first responders. And now, for a limited time, they're introducing the Daily Sub Special. Every day, get a medium sub of the day for just $5.55. They kick it off with Meatball Monday and finish it off with Italian Sunday, with something delicious every day in between for just $5.55. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Tap the banner now to learn more.
Blog Talk Radio.
Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, John Hollis with Rockers in Recovery. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, being a part of the show this afternoon. Of course, Rockers in Recovery can be found at rockersinrecovery.com. You can click on the About page and the Events page and all the stuff that's there. You got the blogs and all kinds of information. You can also meet our media partners by clicking on Partners tab, and some great folks doing some great stuff and helping us to spread the message of hope. So I'm really glad that everybody's a part of the show today. If you're listening to us on social media, thank you for tuning in and being a part of the show also. And most importantly, any day we're above dirt, or any day I'm above dirt and breathing and sober and clean is a beautiful day. So I want to welcome everybody to the show. And today we have Rodney Harrison that's going to be on the show with us. And one of the things that Rodney does is he is a gifted musician and comes from the Berklee School of Music out of Boston and has turned his life into a music healing center for people that are, getting clean and getting sober. And music definitely heals, and his passion for combining his love and his music and helping others is pretty intense. And today, after the interview is done, we're going to be doing a song that he put together called Do Better. And we're, of course, going to check that out. So let's go to the phone and get Rodney on with us. Rodney, welcome to the show. John Hollis with Rockers in Recovery. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, how are you doing? Nice to meet you.
So you... Yeah. I was looking forward to the show and getting together with you and talking because you've really put a lot into your music efforts and Berklee graduate and a lot of other things. And what made you make the decision to formally take your education in music and turning it into helping others? What was that process for you?
Well, really, I've always just had a passion for helping others. Before I went to music school, when you're in high school trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life, I knew I wanted to do two things. I wanted to do music, and I kind of wanted to do psychology. And after I got my music business degree and my master's in international business, my best friend had opened up the Treehouse, and really that was just the, God opened that door for me. I really figured that would be the best way to kind of combine two things that I love, which is just music, and then also trying to figure out a way to help people. And I've had a few people in my family pass away from substance abuse, so it just seemed like the best thing to do, just in life in general. It's always nice to just give back in general.
Good stuff. And what was your music major? I mean, what were you really studying? Were you studying writing of music? Were you, what were you doing while you were there in Berklee?
I was studying music business. So I was really trying to figure out I knew that I wanted to perform and be a performer, but I also didn't know much about the inner workings of music and how the music business worked as far as, different people at record labels, just people that put together venues. So I went down that path of music business, and then I ended up becoming the director of the independent record label that they have there called Heavy Rotation Records.
Okay.
So that was probably one of the most awesome things I did because I got to put venues together, put CDs together, put shows together, and find out the real inner workings of, what it takes to really run a record label without having to put my money up for anything.
Well, it's kind of a cool thing because from what I understand, you work with clients at the Treehouse, and you turn some of that music into your own label now too, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We're just trying to, really get a nice collage of the different colors of people that have been here. We'll get a lot of different people from all types of backgrounds, but that are musicians, producers, guitarists, singer-songwriters. Right now I have a few singer-songwriters and drummers, and, every now and then it just feels good to get back to doing what they loved before they got into their addiction, or being able to do it with a clear mind. So we'll just sit down and have writing sessions, and I'll get them to perform for graduations, and then I'll really just take a time to just record them, and it's really awesome to capture them in those pure moments where they're really enjoying what they love, what they've been put on this earth to do. Yeah.
So as a person that is formerly not, an addict yourself, you're you're somebody that has had family members struggle and pass away from the disease. Our condolences to that. But one of the things that I ask you from somebody from your position looking in on the addict themselves that goes through this process, what's the end process for you? Do you see that it helps them or helps us, because I'm an addict and a recovering addict, but does it help us in the long run to be able to get our feelings and all of that on paper, and to have, hey, listen, to have some fun with it, but also in a serious manner?
Yeah, it's another expressive, right? It's another way of processing things that you've gone through your life. For some people, music is the only way that they can connect to those feelings. Right now I have a client, and he's been here for maybe 4 days, and he's written a song each day, and each day has been a song about a different emotion that he's gone through since he's been here. Wow. Different things that he's realized, different things that he and his therapist have kind of drug up some emotions and some past traumas that have gone on, and he's written a song to each and every one of those. And it's really just one of those things that I try to tell a lot of the clients that music is universal. So even if you're not a musician, you still have a passion for music. I had one client who said she didn't like music, and she ended up being the main person that wanted me to play a different song every group. So it's just a way to another way of expressing yourself without having to sometimes without having to use your own words, right? You can just listen to different songs, and I just want to know, how does this song relate to you? But for a lot of the musicians here, it's just a great way for them to get back to what they were doing before, maybe before they were addicts. I always tell them, try to go back to the 12-year-old, 10-year-old version of yourself that loved music before you knew anything outside of it, right? Before you recognized that people were watching you, or people would judge you for different things, right? When music was at its purest. And that's what they tend to do. They go back to that 10-year-old version of themselves, and while they're here and they're sober and then enjoying the wildlife in the middle of nowhere in Texas, all they have time, really, all they have is time. So they usually take that time and be very productive and kind of find themselves, but reflect a lot as well in their music.
Do you find it's almost like a journaling experience too? So yeah. It's like combining that journaling experience along with, writing music.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it's like. And for a lot of them, I have a lot of poets as well, but for a lot of them, I'm like, it doesn't have to make sense right now. I just want you to just somehow get back to what you were doing before. Just jot it all down, and then we'll make sense of it later in a week or two, right? They're here for 30 days. It doesn't have to have any type of shape, form, but just throw it all down there, vomit it onto the paper, and then we'll work on kind of trying to format it into a song if it's not already one.
And at the same time, you have a mixture, right? So you could have anybody from hip hop to soul to somebody that deals with country to somebody that's a rocker. It could be any type of level of music. And what is the expressive feeling when people get in a room and you might be, one person might be a hip hop artist and the other person might be a classic rocker? Well, is there like a battle back and forth, or is it everybody just being harmony?
No, surprisingly it's more of a collaboration feeling. I think maybe because we're in this bubble twilight zone and there's no outside kind of presences around, I had two rappers, older man who was from New Orleans who sang kind of a bluesy song, and then a bunch of rock and roll guitarists, and they ended up doing this really different version of Simple Man where there was a rap in the beginning, a rap in the middle, and the older man kind of sang, and the guitarist just jammed through it. I have found that in this bubble, it's a lot easier to come together. And I always talk about how music is perspective-based, so we don't have to always love different types of music, but we can appreciate the musician in everybody. So it's way more collaborative. I haven't had anyone really, kind of be like, no, I don't want to listen to your music, or I don't want to get with you on their music. I've got a lot of hip-hop producers that wanted to get with new indie artists, and they're like, oh, this could be something new and this could be something different, because music is always transforming too. So I think that's what I think just the fact that they're musicians here, and not everyone's here is a musician, so it's kind of like their own little family. So they tend to stick together. It's really cool. Uh-oh. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, give us a little background on the Treehouse.
Say it one more time.
Give us a little background on the Treehouse.
Oh, okay. The Treehouse has been around for about 3 years. It's coming up on its third year this February. I want to say February 13th. But the premise that they've started themselves on is basically mind, body, and spirit. And I think the main thing that differentiates them between a lot of different rehabs is they're willing to meet you where you're at. They're not going to tell you to do it one way or the other. They want you to kind of find which way works best for you. So we have a lot of, and also we also have Smart Recovery and Celebrate Recovery, CAAA, NA. I'm trying to think. We have a lot of art expressive groups, music expressive groups. We have a zip line out here that is, me personally, I like to be on the ground, but for everyone that doesn't mind zip lining, basically we have kind of just a crazy zip line around the campus, and really it's more so to get you to overcome that anxiety and that nervousness and kind of take that step. I think we say take a step into recovery, but it's kind of getting you to learn to take that step in faith. We have some faith-based recoveries. So we try to, CBT and DBT as well, we try to really meet you where you're at. We don't want to tell you one way or another way. We want you to find the best way that works best for you. And that's what makes this place, I think, really special and made it a great place to just want to stay, It's in the middle of Texas, so there's nothing but farmland around. We're developing, we're finishing up a barn out here, so we're going to have equine therapy as well. So they're really trying to kind of stretch the limits on whatever you think that would help you get to a place that you could better yourself. They want to meet you there. So that's a few things that make this place a little bit different and make them pretty special. It's an inpatient as well.
Beautiful stuff, man.
Oh, sorry.
Actually, that's a lot of modalities. That's a lot of modalities helping a lot of people.
Yeah, it's an inpatient. It's 30, 60, 90, and 120 days. And so it's just, we'll have clients that, they go through the motions when they first get here, and the first week they don't want to be here, or they're still detoxing, and the second week they think they've got it all, and then by the fourth week they don't want to go home. So we'll try to stretch it out and give them as much time as they need while they're here, so that they can really figure out who they are as a person, and who they want to be, and help them get there.
Or if you're tuning in, Rodney Harrison is on the line with us, and he's from the Treehouse. And where is that located in Texas?
It's in Scurry, Texas. It is not too far from Dallas. I want to say maybe 45 minutes. I'm from Houston, so I'd never heard of Scurry in my life. And then when I drove out here for a job interview, I was a little nervous because it gets a little desolate and a lot of trees and horses. But, at some point you run into this beautiful, I think it's 80 acres, 62 acres of land, and they're just continuously building and trying to make more things that we can just help these clients with. Yeah.
It's kind of cool because you can go to their website. It's treehouserehab.org. You can check that out. You can also call if you wanted to speak with Rodney and get to know him better. You can call him at 469-721-6621. And, of course, if you have any questions or anything that has to do with the music that we've been talking about or what we're getting ready to play, you can give him a call again, 469-721-6621. Rodney, before we go out and go into this song, tell us a little bit about Do Better.
Do Better, I wrote with my best friend Adrian Griffin, and it's really we're working on an EP, and it was just kind of this. I wanted to make a journey type EP, and the song is basically about a man that I think every person has been here, where you might mess up every now and then in your relationship, and sometimes your girlfriend or your wife or your significant other is tired of you saying that you're going to do better. So this is that last plea that you'll do better. So that's what the song is about.
Very cool. I want to welcome you again to the show and thank you for being on. And I want to, of course, give a shout out to all of the people at Addiction Campuses, which you are a part of. And,
yes, sir.
And that's great stuff. They're great people up there in Nashville. And you guys got several different locations, of course, that you can go to and for treatment around the country, correct?
Yes, sir. It's we have ours in Scurry, Texas. We have one in Mississippi. We also have one in Massachusetts, and Ohio, and Nashville.
And you can also check out their website at addictioncampuses.com. Again, I want to thank you for being on, Rodney, and being a part of Rockers in Recovery this afternoon. Look forward to meeting you soon, and we're going to go. We're going to go listen to "Do Better" by Rodney Harris.
Yes.
Thanks, Rodney, for being on the show.
All right, you have a good one.
Yep. Guys, thanks for tuning in. And, of course, Do Better by Rodney Harrison. And, of course, it's a great show, great information. And we'll look forward to being back on the air with you tomorrow.
Just give me some time. Can you be patient? I know that you're hurting. I promise I'm changing. 'Cause baby, you're worth it. I'ma do better, baby. I'ma do better for you, baby. Oh, so help me stay. Every time I think about my life without you in it, though I've become so cold, and I need your warmth. I need your love. I need your touch. I need you so much. And it's not there that I can breathe if you're not there. Please don't take my air away. It would be my pleasure to do better for you. I promise to change. Maybe you're worth it. I'm worth it. hurting. Gotta have patience. I know you're hurting. Oh, oh, oh. Worth patience. I know you're hurting. I know you're hurting. Promise I'm changing. 'Cause you're worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better.
That's a wrap, man.
This is New York firefighter Raphael Poiriet for Firehouse Subs. Every day, a part of every sub you buy at Firehouse Subs helps provide life-saving equipment for first responders. And now, for a limited time, they're introducing the Daily Sub Special. Every day, get a medium sub of the day for just $5.55. They kick it off with Meatball Monday and finish it off with Italian Sunday, with something delicious every day in between for just $5.55. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Tap the banner now to learn more. This is New York firefighter Raphael Poiriet for Firehouse Subs. Every day, a part of every sub you buy at Firehouse Subs helps provide life-saving equipment for first responders. And now, for a limited time, they're introducing the Daily Sub Special. Every day, get a medium sub of the day for just $5.55. They kick it off with Meatball Monday and finish it off with Italian Sunday, with something delicious every day in between for just $5.55. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Tap the banner now to learn more.